विद्महे शिवाचार्याय धीमहि तन्नो मोहन प्रचोदयात्। ओम गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षयमामृतात्। So this is what I took off from Shivaratri, right? So from my understanding, there are 12 Shivaratris in India, and Shivaratri is one of our main event or program at the ashram, along with Navaratri, along with Mohanji's birthday and the Datta Jayanti. So every year to celebrate Shivaratri, it's so special and so beautiful. And to celebrate Mahashivaratri, which is celebrated on the 13th, 9th, and 14th day of the lunar calendar, it's so magnificent and so beautiful. It's also when Lord Shiva performs the heavenly dance, the Rudra Tandva. That's when he performed the dance when Shati did the sacrifice, showed fire, and jumped into the Havan. And also, Mahashivaratri signifies overcoming darkness and ignorance in life and in the world. So what I liked about it is every time before we do a major puja at the ashram, we always do spring cleaning, always clean the ashram, and always do abhishekam for the various deities that reside in the ashram. And prior to the event happening, to do the abhishekam is so therapeutic, is that because each deity has its own energy and each deity energy is specific to it, that no matter leading up to the program itself, to the puja itself, no matter what problems you may be facing, or whatever blockages you may have, or maybe some negative energies around you, or maybe something is going to happen, not directly to you, but maybe to one of your family members, somehow, by no luck or no chance, no consequence, you end up by the deity that you need to be to wash the deity, to clean the deity. That deity energy takes away whatever you are going through. That deity energy shields you or deflects whatever negativity might be coming towards you. So I really enjoy that. That's the most important aspect I often take away from preparing and cleaning the ashram for any of the pujas. And this was the same with Shivaratri. I really felt a change when I was cleaning the deities, when I was spending time on each of the deities that I had the opportunity to wash, to clean it. You notice a change in the deities when you look carefully, when you see them in front of you, you stare into the eyes of the deity. You realize that the deity, this is not a statue, this is not a granite stone, but in actual fact, they are real and they are growing and they feel you and they understand whatever pain and suffering that you're feeling when you're going through at that moment in your life. So that's what I take away when I think of Mahashivaratri or leading into Mahashivaratri. Every program that we do in ashram, Swamiji tries to do a homa, and this is no different for Shivaratri. The homa, as normal, started very light, but as Swamiji started reciting more the mantras, the more intense it got. Especially when Swami started invoking all the different aspects of Devi into the homa, and it's really took off when the energy started rising and changing when he started invoking Mata Patangira. And you can actually feel the energy within the homa. You actually feel the heat that was getting generated. And heat got even more intense when he invoked Lord Shiva in the form of Lord Rudra. And as you can see, the mantra is Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. It was such an immense feeling that I cannot explain when Lord Rudra descended, and you could actually feel the intense heat energy that was generated in the Havan. The amount of love that Swamiji was generating, and he just sits there and allow the tradition to work through him. And you actually can see that if you concentrate on the homa and if you shut out all the noises, all the distractions around you, you can actually feel the homa sitting inside you. You can actually feel the fire, the flame burning deep inside you. And that is something that no matter how much words you use, It cannot be explained. You have to feel it on the inside. And it burns so much on the inside that sometimes you feel that you can't take it, but Mohanji only gives you so much that you can't handle. And he will continue giving you so much until you're ready to handle even more. So that's what I loved about this Homa, that just by being around it, just by being concentrated and focusing on it, you actually can feel the changes happening on the inside. And it's something that will be everlasting, and it will be very transformative for years to come. And the transformation don't only stop once the Homa is over. It continues into weeks and into months, into years. Also, Swamiji also invoked and Kal Bhairava. So who is called Kal Bhairava? So Lord Kal Bhairava is another form of Lord Shiva. He's a fearsome form of Lord Shiva. He's the Lord who creates, sustains, and solves the three stages of life. And also, there's also some stories that Kal Bhairava, Lord Shiva took this form of Kal Bhairava to cut out the forehead of Lord Brahma, which represent the ego part of Lord Brahma. And once Lord Brahma's forehead was cut out, he got enlightened, and then thereafter be referred to as the Lord or Brahma, the creator of the universe. So this shows that Lord Kal Bhairava is a Lord that is a fearsome Lord that cuts away your ego, is a Lord of time, is a Lord of destruction, and he also is a Lord that protects his devotees, that keeps his devotees safe, and deflects whatever negative energy that comes towards the devotee. And it was so insightful to see Swamiji installing different energies at the point on Lord Bhairava. It was so beautiful and so magnificent. Mohanji and the Shiva Tattva, the Shiva principle. So one of the famous quotes I love from Mohanji is that Mohanji always says, my job is to take you to yourself, and to be part of a tradition that epitomizes what is the Shiva Tattva, the Shiva principle, is something that you cannot touch, you cannot hold, you cannot see. The only way is to feel it internally and to realize it internally. And by having Mohanji, it gives you a glimpse of what is a Shiva Tattva, what is a Shiva principle is, how to go about experiencing it, how to go about living by the principle itself. And also, after Shivaratri, I realized that following the Shiva Tattva, the Shiva principle, and when Mohanji always says, see me in every person, or see every person a reflection of me, it's very hard to fathom what it means. And it's very hard to see it in other people, see Mohanji in other people. And then for me, I realized that in order for me to see Mohanji in other people, to see the Shiva Tattva in other people, I need to look first within myself and see Mohanji inside me, experience Mohanji inside me, experience the Shiva Tattva inside me. Once I find it inside of me, then I will be able to see it in every other person. And intellectually at the present time moment, I understand it, but to feel it is something that it takes some time to do. And I always say it's better to have intellectually conceptualize it than not to understand it at all. At least you have, by intellectually conceptualizing, you have a starting point of where you can work on and have a glimpse of what can be, I won't say achieved, but what can be experienced at a later stage if you remember these principles and try to stick to these principles every day in your life and go forward in your life with these principles. And it's not easy, but at least it's a start. And this picture here, I took it at ashram when we concluded Shivaratri. And this, if I were to sum up the entire Shivaratri experience in one slide, in one picture, this will be the picture. We have Mohanji, we have Mother Kali, which represents Shakti, and we have Lord Shiva, Shiv Shakti. And this one picture represents the entire tradition. And there's one quote, this quote that I put on the slide that Mohanji speaks about the tradition. Mohanji says, I am the tradition. I do not have any other existence. Nothing exists except the tradition. If I have a form, it is just a projection of the tradition or a sign that the tradition exists. All powers, all manifestations rest with the tradition and not me. The tradition is always the doer, not the form. The tradition uses to express itself. The tradition is the witness. No master of the tradition have ever been doers at any point in time. The form can do nothing on its own. It is a tradition working through the various forms to add a multiple reality of existence for the purpose of showing the light of liberation to the world. So this is what our tradition means, is that there's no ownership. The tradition just exists. Tradition exists to show people the light of liberation, to show people how to live a better life, to show people how to connect to themselves, to show people to look for themselves and not be persuaded of different realities, or I am this, I am that, is to move the way, is to break the ego, to break all concept of life, and ultimately to live a life that you're supposed to be living. So this is what the grand tradition means. This is what is so important, to have a tradition like this here that allows you to be yourself all the time. Yes, it is difficult because we have our mind, and our mind always bring distractions in front of us, always bring doubts in ourselves, always makes us feel that we're not worthy of certain things in life, always make us question ourselves. And also, I know I struggle with this now and then in my life, and up to now I do. Like sometimes I feel that I live within my mind. Like your mind traps you, like you live in your mind and you do not live in reality. Which is one of the biggest obstacles. A lot of people, like your mind can be your friend or it can be your worst enemy. And a lot of people go through life not be able to cope with the mind, not be able to live with their own minds. And the tradition helps you deal with that. The tradition helps you to overcome that there. It reminds you that no matter what you are, who you are, no matter how many faults you may be perceiving yourself, and no matter how many shortcomings you may see within yourself, the tradition don't see all of that. The tradition just sees a unique being, an energy being that has so much to offer, so much to do, so much to give to this world. And if you make yourself available and allow yourself to be available, the tradition will allow you to fulfill that purpose. And it is so beautiful to have this kind of tradition available and to all of us. And that's why it's very important as a devotee of the ashram and the foundation is to go forward in life and try to help others, try to show others that the different way of living in life. And if someone needs a hand, no matter what they are doing, if we can just give them some sort of advice or some sort of guidance, then it's worth it. Then this is what the tradition teaches you. Like even if you can't make it to all the pujas, all the event that the ashram has, or whatever it is that you're going through, right? But if you follow the teachings, then this will definitely help you in your life and also help other beings around you. So it's very important in every day of your life. We do one kind thing, whether at work, whether at home, or whatever it is, just do it. And the amount of gratitude that you receive on the inside, it's so, no words can describe it. So this is how important this grand tradition is, and how merciful they are, that they're always there with you. Even if when you turn your back, even when you say, you know what, this is not working, this is going against me, I hate doing this, I hate doing that, or why does it happen to me, Mohanji? Why does it happen to me, Shiva, Kali? I do so much, but they never turn their back on me. And they see the bigger picture, because we are human beings and we only can see with our eyes. So we only can see what's in front of us and what we experience in front of us. We can't see the grander schemes of things. And it only takes you like a month, 2 months, 3 months, even a year to pass by. And when you look back and then you realize that you may have turned your back on the tradition, but the tradition never turned their back on you. And they're always there guiding you, helping you. And then you realize, you know, yeah, I got through that. Yeah? At that time, it was so difficult. It thought that the world was ending, but I made it through it. It's a new year, new beginning, another chapter of my life. And that takes you forward in life. So it's very important that, and just be respectful of the tradition that you have. And they often say that you don't realize what you have until it's gone. So that's what I've taken out from this Shivaratri, from this being in the ashram, being in a space of high energy. And during the difficult time of COVID, we don't have the safety net of the ashram. It's not open to everyone. So it's very important just to remember that just hold on to all the teaching that Mohanji provides, all the teaching that Swamiji provides, all the codes that provide for all the programs that have been hosted by the foundation. Just hold on to that, and then this will help you get through this difficult time until everything does return back to normal. Yeah, so that's my Shivaratri experiences. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for allowing me to present it tonight.
जय जय भोलेनाथ शंभु महादेव शिव शंकर। जय जय भोलेनाथ शंभु महादेव शिव शंकर।